Hey guys, what's going on? So it's been a while since I released a video discussing training, so here it is. In this video, I am going to talk about rest and recovery. So over the years of coaching and personal training others, I've noticed that a lot of strength athletes are terrified of taking breaks from lifting heavy, which is normal because nobody wants to lift light weights, especially if you're a strength athlete, right? You always want to see progress, and everyone wants to know exactly where their 1 rep max is at all times. And after lifting lighter weights for a while, you kind of lose track of your exact numbers, and kind of like some people get worried whether if they can still hit their previous 1 rep max. In fact, that's actually kind of like the main issue that a lot of my friends and people I train tell me. So they're terrified of losing strength if they kind of like stop hitting 1 rep max every week or every other week kind of thing. Of course, these are amateur athletes, right? So obviously, everyone knows that recovery time is extremely important, even like beginner athletes, because your body simply cannot take the pounding for month after month. So all athletes do take break, even someone who only trained for like say a few months to a year. But the problem is that some of these amateur powerlifters or strength athletes, they do take a break to recover, but it's never more than say a week or two. And during this time, they literally just take 2 weeks off. So where they just go to the gym and do some abs, arms, and some or some of them basically just chill at home. I've had like a lot of friends who they just they're like, yeah, 2 weeks off, I'm just gonna lay on the beach all week and not gonna go to the gym. Which I mean, this is acceptable, but it's not necessary. So while you are taking a break, you don't actually have to stop lifting. You still want to be in the gym, train your usual routines, but just at a lower intensity basically, so that your body is relying more on the muscle to put in the work rather than your nervous system and joint reflexes. So usually I would say an intensity of 70 to 80% of your 1 rep max should be like a good recovery intensity, but some people would even drop down to as low as say 60 to 70% 1 rep max. It really kind of depends how damaged your joints are, or if you're getting all that really bad aches and pains, you can definitely drop down for sure. I also just want to clear some things up, just from experience that and from just studying kinesiology at university. So first of all, it takes about 3 to 6 weeks of absolutely no training to lose any sort of strength. And by this I mean that basically no exercise whatsoever. You're just doing your regular daily activity of just walking to work or whatever you do every day. And or if you are doing exercises that have the opposite training effect from your training goals. So for example, a powerlifter doing marathons during 2 weeks of recovery, which of course hopefully never happens. And so this concept is actually very well studied and produced from scientific study journals, the how to lose strength kind of thing. And also this only happens if you do absolutely nothing other than daily activities. So if you're still training your powerlifting specific stuff during this period, even say at a lower intensity of like 60 to 70%, you're not going to lose any strength. You can literally do this routine for as far as 8 to 10 weeks without without going back to your original heavy strength routine, and you won't lose any strength, because you're still doing the same movements, and you're still doing at a fairly decently high intensity, and you're still pumping blood through. At 80% 1 rep max, there's still sufficient nervous system at work, so you're not going to get any regression from your nervous system or joint reflex or all that stuff. So another thing I've noticed from just coaching these lifters, that after the 2 weeks of recovery, these lifters basically after they take the 2 weeks off, they always want to rush right back into hitting their previous 1 rep max instead of follow a routine and build up to it again, as if you could get weaker in just 2 weeks away from training heavy. So my suggestion would be that especially for you beginner lifters, don't chase numbers, train smart, and don't freak out if all of a sudden say like you can't hit a previous 1 rep max, because there could be a million reasons for that, and overtraining definitely could be one of the more likely reason too. So next up is personally I like to take about 6 weeks off powerlifting after a contest or after I test my 1 rep max. Basically, and during this time, I do exactly what I just talked about earlier in the video. I will, go into the gym, go over my usual powerlifting stuff at around 70%, kind of paying special attention to form and speed, and then just do a lot more accessory workout. A lot of time I will actually just straight up do bodybuilding stuff, like 4x10, 5x8 kind of stuff, where you're training at around 80-85% of your 1 rep max. Doing this kind of bodybuilding stuff off season, I find it useful, but mostly just I still want to look good, want to look like a bodybuilder, right? I still want to keep these like arms nice and big. So basically, yeah, I think another thing is doing bodybuilding workouts off season not only helps you with your recovery, because the burn you get from the workout is basically your body circulating blood and removing waste and damaged tissue and all that, so it helps you with recovery. So this is really important for your joint recovery as well, because the blood circulating takes your damaged tissue away and help your joints recover. This basically introduces better capillarization within your skeletal muscles, which literally means your body forms new blood capillaries, which is very important for any athlete, because blood circulation equals better recovery and better results. Also, I feel like a bodybuilding off-season routine is perfect for powerlifters as well, just because we destroy our joints so much from all the heavy lifting in season, and since joints don't recover as fast as muscles due to less blood supply to that region, doing bodybuilding type of workouts that actually increases total blood circulation around the body will help you, get rid of those joint pains and help your actual joint capsules recover faster as well. And of course, bodybuilding stuff, a lot of them are pretty much like accessory workout for powerlifters, right? So introducing more of those accessory workouts kind of during off season ensures that your body doesn't get out of the balance from all the powerlifting stuff. So yeah, I actually find them very useful. Alright, okay, so that's it for this week. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see more videos. I will be uploading more and more of my contest prep videos as I get ready for the Canadian Western. And please follow me on Instagram as well at Randy Joe Powerlifting.